Hey guys, and welcome to Biscuits Total War. This is Biscuits giving you a 2 versus 2 online commentary for Rome Total War. The rules are 31k and I'm playing alongside my clan member Heaven from Mohamed's clan, and we're going to be up against SK of the Titans clan, aka Helios I believe, and also Vet Plague of the Brotherhood clan. So it's 4 clan members are playing this, and it's a 31k rules. This game should be really tight, should be really close, as all the members here on the battle pitch are excellent players at 31k. So I'll just quickly introduce my army. I've brought the Scipii. Now with my build, I brought my standard 5 Praetorian cohort, 1 Legendary Thrust cohort, and then 14 Urbans. And I've split my guys up into 3 groups. I've got 1 group here, a centre group, and a 3rd group. So I've got my main army and my left and right wing. And if you have a look at Mohamed's, my ally here, Mohamed's brought 6 Praetorian Cav, 13 Urbans and 1 Legionary Thrust cohort. The interesting thing about this battle is that we've actually brought the same builds. If we have a look here, Vet Plague has got the exact same build that I've got, and then SK has got the exact same build that Mohamed has got. So we're basically mirroring each other. We've all brought Rome, we've all got the same builds practically. It's really going to be a case of who can use their peeler, who can outmaneuver who, and who can hopefully get the better foothold in the actual game. So we're going to start off opening gambit. Mohamed's brought his guys forward, I'm moving my guys forward. I'm going to link my army so they're right next to Mohamed's forces. Wasn't quite sure how I was going to play this, because I know SK is a really good player. He's really good when it comes to peeler. He doesn't tend to waste his peeler throwing it at testudo units, so I knew his micromanagement is really good. So I thought I'd just play a bit defensive initially and watch what goes on over here. So it looks like we've got Vet Plague has sent his guys forwards, the Brutii, the Green Romans, put his guys into testudo to try and act as a peeler screen. Now what that would mean that Mohamed can't just use auto fire with his peeler, he's now got to individually micromanage them to throw them over these testudo units that hit the units at the back here. Another thing that Vet Plague has done, he's actually got his Legionary Thrust cohort up as a peeler screen. Now this unit's got 122 men in, which is great for peeler screens, but the only downside to that tactic is that if this unit routs, if this unit goes, because it's got the Eagle banner, it will have a detrimental effect to the rest of the force. So over here on this side of the battlefield, it's a bit of a standoff. So what I've done, I've peeled off one of my wings here, my right wing, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to run this wing right around here to try and help out with Mohamed. So what I want to try and do is attack these units here which are in tight formation. If I can do that, I should be able to get a lot of peeler damage on these units here. And if we look over here, I've just left my guys in loose formation here, just to try and defend against the peeler that my SK is going to throw up against me. If we look at my units, I've still got 82, I've still got 61 and 45. With SK, he's got 62, 82, 58. So it's fairly 50-50 over here. So neither one of us are actually making any strong advances or making any strong progress. So this is what I plan to do, is to try and take the fights to Vet Plague here. Now I haven't actually told Mohamed what I'm doing. The good thing about Mohamed is that he can usually just watch what somebody's doing, and he's smart enough to react to what you're doing. So I've peeled my guys around here. I've got 2 ideas. One idea is I can use this peeler to attack the sides here, lower the morale for these units. But secondly, if I bring my units around here, what I might be able to get them to do is to get them to launch their cav into my 3 Praetorian units, my urban cohort. If I stick these guys into guard mode, hopefully what will happen next is Mohamed will get a counter charge. So this is exactly what's going on. Vet Plague comes in with a charge of all 5 of his Praetorian cav. In comes Mohamed now with a counter charge. Yes, Vet Plague's managed to rout one of my units, but the other 2 units are holding their ground. And Mohamed's just throwing in just 4 of his cav. So he's thrown in 4 cav, 1 unit is routed. And then what I'm going to do, I'm now going to throw my cav through the centre. I made a bit of a blunder here. I'm just kind of charging like nothing at the moment, and I haven't really done too much damage at all. But my guys are slowly advancing this way. Now what has happened now is that a couple of the Brutii units are now routed, which caused a bit of a chain rout, which caused 4 of these Praetorian cav units to rout. Now they will come back, but now that they've actually routed, that's going to lower the morale for those cav units and make it easier for us to actually rout them again. So in that little duel there, I've lost 1 of my urbans, but to that we've managed to rout a few urbans, managed to rout a few of the Praetorian cav. Yes, they're going to come back, but they're going to be depleted, they won't be as strong as before. Now next thing what I've done here, with my 2 urbans that were on this left wing here, sorry right wing, 1 of them routed but the other 2 stood still, so I've managed to peel them around here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to charge my cav into these 2 units here and get these guys in guard mode just to prevent any counter charges. So I'm going to come in here and try and hit these 2 units. Vet Plague's pulling his guys back out. In comes SK with a cav charge. He's probably going to try and go straight through the centre there, which is a good little move. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back in for a counter charge. With that counter charge, hopefully I can cause a bit of a rout. At least, yep, those guys are now routed. Now again, they will come back, but because they've routed once, it's going to lower their actual ability in their attack and make their morale much lower, so easier to rout later on in the game. So at this stage, I'd say that myself and Mohamed have got the upper hand. We've managed to really win this side of the battle. But what they have done, they've pulled back and got back into a decent formation. So we haven't been able to capitalise on that advance. Now the next thing that's going to happen here, Vet Plague's going to come in with a cav charge here on these units. He'll probably try and rout these couple of Julii units. But what I've now done, I've taken these guys into fire at will mode. So now I'm going to start throwing peeler. Here we go. So they're throwing peeler and they're throwing it into these Praetorian cav. And then some of these Praetorian cav, because they've been hit by so many peeler, are now going to start to rout. And again, they may come back for a 3rd time, but because they've already routed once before, again their morale is going to drop down even more. So at this stage here, we're still hanging in there pretty well. It's still pretty good. SK is chucking in his peeler, but a lot of his peeler looks like it's throwing into this Testudo unit. And now Mohamed's now going to aggressively push forward into SK's unit. Now I can see SK's general here gets isolated, so once I've seen that, I thought what I can do is go for a little cav charge here. But as I'm charging in here, I think SK's seen that, and he quickly pulls the general back out. And then as he pulls the general out, he's now going to come in with a cav charge here and basically attack my guys. I've pulled my guys out just in time, and he's now pulled his guys out just in time. So it's a bit of a stalemate at the moment. SK is attacking both my guys, so Mohamed's guys and my guys. So I'm going to go in for now another cav charge any moment now. I think I'm going to try and hit this general, because what I want to do is lower the morale for this SPQR units, and then hopefully by coming in for charge, Mohamed can then come in with a decent cav charge. So here I go, I'm going to charge in. Now as I charge in comes all of SK's cav, in comes all of Vet Plague's cav, and unfortunately Mohamed's cav is coming in, but it's coming in probably a bit too slow. I probably shouldn't have done that cav charge, because now what's happened is the other guys have got a really good counter charge in. My cav's all now been nuked. Mohamed's general is now starting to rout, and now we're starting to lose the side of the battle. So what I'm going to have to do is quickly peel off a couple of my urbans. I'm going to peel off my general, and I'm going to peel off my first legendary cohort to try and help Mohamed here. But Mohamed's general is routed. A lot of his infantry is now starting to chain rout. all because of that cav charge that SK's done. So he's managed to really flatten my cav. My cav is all underneath all of these dead bodies. I'm going to try and send these guys in here. It looks like they've been snagged up on a couple of units. And now Mohamed's going to pull his cav out. Has Mohamed got any infantry left there? He's got his general routing, just these 3 flags that are left. But what's going to happen now? SK is going to absolutely surround these guys, probably going for another cav charge. I've got a decent force of infantry here. I've got my general, I've got my legionary first cohort, and then 2 urbans here. What I want to try and do is hold this side here. I don't want them to come crashing down the flanks of my units. So Mohamed's now lost all of his infantry. That's on this side. He's only got a couple of units left here. I've lost all of my cav, but it looks like now the opposition have now got the upper hands. They've got cav units, they've got infantry units, and Mohamed's only just got his cav left. So at this stage, what's going to happen is Mohamed's going to pull his guys around the side here. Now here's 2 options. You can either mirror what this cav is going to do, or what you can try and do is charge in here and free up my infantry. So if I free up my infantry, means we can move my guys around the side here to attack over here. So SK is going to pull his cav here, and you'll see what he's going to do. He's going to try and go for my general. If he can rout my general, my legionary first cohort, that's going to be a really powerful charge. He's going to come in, he's going to try and attack my guys, but because his guys have already routed, their damage is going to be quite minimal. And then Mohamed, what he's managed to do is do 1 decent charge on this side here, and now I've managed to free up all of my infantry. So with my infantry, I can now bring them in with my general to try and help out. Oh, got a bit of a lag here going. Let's pause it for 2